Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Grumpy Vlogger Live.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another wonderful episode of Grumpy Vlogger Live. Just letting everybody know, next week would be the official beginning of my 6th year, but I decided to jump a week ahead because, you know, it's been a year. So I am now, this will be the first live show of season 6. I have done this silliness for 5 years now, and the vlog that dropped today was the first vlog of the 6th season. So, you know, you guys are stuck. A lot of new people, but a lot of people that stuck with me for a long time, and I appreciate that. And let's just go ahead and bring in my favorite leprechaun, Mr. Art Carlson.
Yeah!
How you doing, Art?
I'm doing pretty good. You know what? I bought a smart TV the other day, and I went to watch the CMA Awards the other night, and it wouldn't let me. That's one damn smart TV.
They were taking bets on how long. Less than a minute, guys. Less than a minute. Yeah, so with that joke out of the way, let's just, speaking of jokes, let's go ahead and bring in our famous friend from down under, none other than Mr. Dominic.
Yeah, let's
Northside Hawk.
Fill a pie hole with sandwich.
Good evening.
Did I catch you right in the middle of food?
Yeah, I've been running late, and then I realised that I've left the laptop charger at home. Ooh. So my laptop has become an expensive phone holder now.
Ah, well, you know, that works.
Yeah, so and I was going to eat before I got here, and then I was rabbiting around trying to find the bloody charger, and when shit, I've left it at home because I rushed out early. So
right.
So forgive me if I'm eating. So
yeah, you go right ahead. I haven't. Just so you know, I haven't ate yet. Judy says, I want some hamburgers down at Brahms, which is what we had this weekend. And it was like,
is that a mouse tail hanging out there?
What was that?
Is that a mouse tail hanging out of your sandwich there?
Yeah, it is actually, yeah.
Hey, there's a lot of meat on mouse, you know? But, no, so she says, I want Brahms hamburgers, which they make great hamburgers. You guys probably don't have Brahms in your neck of the woods, but they're in the South here in Texas and Oklahoma. And they started out as just a dairy store and then have expanded into a restaurant. They sell some of the best ice cream around. So she tells me this at 25 minutes before the show starts. Well, I would be going through the drive-thru anyways, which meant when this show started, I would probably still be sitting at the friggin' drive-thru. So I fixed her some garlic toast, and she says, this will hold me over, but I want a hamburger after the show. So, you know, I gotta, and guess what we have today? We have snow on the ground.
Wow.
Oh, my.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah. I woke up, I don't know, about 10:30 this morning, and it was drizzling, you know. It was just kind of a really cold rain. And then I had to get out. I got out about 1:30, I guess, and we started getting the sleet, you know, the wintry mix. And as I was going along, suddenly the rain and sleet disappeared, and we started seeing snowflakes. And, you know, I thought, well, okay, it's just going to give a little, and basically all we get is a dusting. We probably got about this much snow on the ground, but, you know, it's first snow of the winter, but it's supposed to be colder than a well digger's ass in the Klondike tomorrow. So, I mean, the best it got to was like 39 degrees today anyways, and it's supposed to be getting down into mid-20s tonight, and then and then I use the air data to see what's a good day to fly. Ain't a good day to fly for the next 2. It's not this week or next. It's supposed to be going all the way. It's supposed to be. Yeah. We're getting, you know, the snow will drop off tonight, and then the next 3 days we'll have high winds. We're talking
Yeah.
50, 60 mile an hour gust at 40 feet, you know.
Yeah.
And then it's going to turn right back into rain and snow again by Friday. So,
Yep. Same here. We're supposed to possibly get a dusting tonight and get down into the teens tonight, and then we'll.
yeah.
I don't even know if we'll even make it into the 30s. We might make it into low 30s.
I think we're going to be in the
Fahrenheit
20s and 30s.
For you guys down under.
Fahrenheit down under. Yeah, and that's where we're at right now. We're
that'd be below zero. For you guys.
Below zero for y'all. Yeah. It's currently
to give you an idea. It's 53 Fahrenheit here.
Yeah, let me see if I can switch. Can I switch this?
6 degrees Fahrenheit. What?
53.
48.
53. So it's about 11 degrees.
Well, it is currently 1 degrees Celsius here, and
well then you're not far behind.
Yeah,
9 degrees difference.
Tuesday, the high is supposed to be 6 Celsius, 8 Celsius. I'm sorry, and 9 degrees on Wednesday, 11 degrees on Thursday, and 3 degrees on Friday. That's the high. Oh. But we be getting down to 0, -2, -5, -3, -6. You know, and it's still not going to get. It's not going to get barely into the 40s the next week and a half. So, wintertime has done arrived.
Yep.
So
and we lost another comedy legend today.
Who was that?
Bud Friedman. He's the one that owned the Improv.
Yes,
he started that back in the late 60s, I believe.
Late 60s, yeah, I was going to say.
Back in New York. Yep.
Well, it comes down to we're losing everybody. I mean, the older we get, the more people we look.
Passed away.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did he? Really? That must have been why he was all over YouTube the other day, because they showed Gallagher's first. I saw it popped up on whoever does all the Johnny Carson videos. It popped up Gallagher's first appearance. I did not realize he had died.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he was 76.
Well, that's not that old.
No. Bud Friedman, I think, was probably in his 80s or 90s.
Yeah.
I met Bud up in Vail. It was the finals for a comedy competition. And he really does wear a monocle and a cape.
And really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's, I mean, I remember as a kid and as a young adult, all the people that my parents looked up to started dying off. And they, and I thought, because like we lost Bing Crosby. Of course, I wasn't a kid when Bing Crosby died, nor Bob Hope,
Yeah.
But I remember the ones that my parents always watched,
Claude Rains?
Yeah, Claude Rains, yeah. I was trying to think.
Boris Karloff?
Edward G. Robinson. I remember when Boris Karloff died. Edward G. Robinson. Didn't think Mickey Rooney was ever going to die. Yeah.
Yeah.
John Wayne died the day I got out of the service.
Wow.
Well, actually, it was the last day I was at Davis Monthan, and I was being transferred, but it was as a civilian rather than as enlisted. But I was being transferred to Victorville, and I spent my last year at Victorville. Got in my full 6 years that way. So, but yeah.
Well, sorry to hear about that, Barkley.
Yeah.
Oh, and Lloyd, sorry to hear about your son's dog.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. It shocked the hell out of me. I was like, he just been over the day before, and he'd been over on Saturday. And he says, he says, oh, Ranger, or he's not Ranger. He says, Dax is getting kind of old, And he says, and maybe it was Thursday. I can't remember what day. Hell, I've lost track. But I lose track what I did yesterday. Oh, we did your show yesterday, didn't we, Art? Yeah. We all sat around and cried in our beer.
Yeah.
You know, that was like a probably one of the most depressing shows I've done. But anyways, but yeah, and then the next day or the day after, told us that he was starting to get old, and he says getting up, and then all of a sudden he texts me and says we just lost Dax, and Dax was actually a playmate to Ranger, although Dax was older by a couple of years, but which I think I put a little clip up on I think I put it up with the video I posted today. Hell, I can't remember what I'd even posted today. I can't even tell you what, because I record whenever I'm in the van, but sometimes I'll skip around, and
let me give you a hint. You went to the smoke shop.
That's right. Yeah. I did. I did. Yes. That was a first for you. I had to shout out to you. Yes, Art, I was going to the smoke shop. So. See, I went all this last week without going to the smoke shop, so that's pretty good for me.
Oh, that's good.
And you
made it last that long. Wow.
Yeah.
There's another $80. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I know, right? It's just like, well. Judy says, "How much did you say you were smoking a day?" I said, "About a pack and a half." She says, "And you're lying, right?" And I said, it's my story, and I'm sticking with it. So it gives me this wonderful gravelly voice. Yeah. Yeah. That probably went just real well with his sandwich. It's like, oh my God, didn't need to hear that, but but yeah,
that's why they're called sliders.
Sliders, yeah, exactly. But anyway, so yeah, it's we've had some little bit of crazy weather. I mean, just a week ago it was in the 70s, almost 80s, and now we're down. We're struggling to hit 40 all
we
weekend.
Got Matt in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Down under.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I guess we're keeping it on the rails today. We're just kind of not get loosey-goosey. Yeah.
Yeah.
With all the 12-year-olds on.
Yeah. Well, I didn't think last night's show went too far off the rails. I thought it was better, and I didn't want. And believe it or not, I didn't watch the week before as I fell asleep and completely forgot to turn it on. But yeah, but yeah, last night's show was somewhat reserved, but there was, I think, a person in the audience that was kind of, a little cranky. So whatever.
We'll
someone was
him.
cranky.
Yeah. We won't mention names.
I won't mention names, but
because if we do, and it wasn't me this time. So, and if Hot Rod, hey, you know what I forgot to do? Good God Almighty, what am I doing with my show? I forgot. Let's start at the beginning. Drone shots. Welcome to the show. Destin Vision Aerials. Andrew, glad to see you. Mr. B Outdoors Misadventures. Grant Smith. Michael. Yeah, I think I've got that written down. I have to write all these names down because Michael and Mike B and we got Trevor. Hey, Trevor, I hadn't seen you in here for you missed a couple of weeks.
Hey, Trevor.
But in Art, you're always here. And let's see, Uncle Extra
107 Drones.
107 Drones, yeah. Uncle Extra Medium, Jim Beauchart. Who else we got there? I know there's more here.
Mike
Adrian,
Adrian, the Drone Ranger.
Mike,
Adrian.
Yes, and here's the thing: Mr. B's Outdoors Adventures and Mike B, and Mr. B's name is Michael, and it's confusing to my old brain. Okay.
And then we have Brent. Eat more possum.
Brent, eat more possum. Yes. Welcome.
God
He's a fellow Okie.
Bless America.
Hey, that's
Billy. Also, Billy Tompkins is here.
Billy Tompkins,
Yeah, and God bless America. Let's see, who else have I missed anybody yet? I know I have.
Hot
Rod. Hot Rod in Daytona. Yeah, I saw his name. I saw Rod's name pop up, and it reminded me I needed to welcome everybody. And of course, we got Matt, alias Matt Bump. the famous Matt. The famous Matt.
Johnny Drone
and
Flyer.
Johnny Drone Flyer. Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
I feel like there must not be
Royalty.
anything on Monday night TV. Yeah, because when
Yeah.
you get some of these guys coming in, it means it's just a boring night everywhere else.
I think it's the Bengals and the Browns playing tonight.
Well, that's it right there.
Yep. Not much of a game.
Adrian, he said thank you for my service, and I appreciate that. And belated Veterans Day to all the veterans that are out there. I want to thank each and every one of you for your service, and I thank you for the support. As a veteran, I appreciate people acknowledging that, because I'm from the time period where we didn't get thanked for being a veteran. In the mid 70s to late 70s, they still weren't. And
we have Yowie, P-51. Haven't seen him in a long time.
Good Lord, yeah, I haven't seen him since. Actually, I don't think I've seen him much since Greg quit doing his show.
Yeah.
And let's see. Yeah. I sent Johnny Drone Flyer my picture because he was asking in Facebook to message me a picture of yourself when you were in the service, and I sent it from 1975. It's right after I got my first stripe, and it's like everybody's like, "That's Lloyd." Yeah, yeah. It's back when I still had all my teeth and my hair wasn't white. Yeah. And I don't remember if I have a mustache in that picture or not, because I did.
No, you didn't.
I didn't have a mustache. That's right. It wasn't until I got rid of my first wife that I brought the mustache, and of course then you had to keep it military standards, straight across and straight, even with the mouth. So, sort of like a modified Hitler mustache, but that's what they required.
Okay.
But yeah, after I got rid of the first wife, I grew a mustache, and had one up until maybe 10 years ago, and Judy said she was tired of it and said to get rid of it, so I got rid of it, and then I tried every other sort of facial covering I could think of. None of it. Finally, Judy says, "Well, you're not going to shave. I don't want you growing a beard. Just grow your mustache back and be done with it." So, I have been attempting that.
Lloyd, when you were in the service, was Robin Olds still in the service? General Olds, the fighter pilot, World War II to Vietnam.
I'm trying to think if he was or not.
Yeah.
Because, let's see, World War II to Vietnam, he probably was, if he was in, he was probably getting short. And because he was becoming a short.
He was also an ace in Vietnam, too, I think.
Yes. He
five.
He got his 5. Yeah. And
he's the guy that came up with the idea because the Thunder Chiefs were getting shot down. Those would be the F-105s.
105s, yeah.
And he decided, hey, you know what? Since they were bombing on a regular schedule, so the Vietnamese or North Vietnamese knew.
Yeah.
So they decided to swap out with Phantoms, and when they did that, that's when the
when they brought in the F4s,
Vietnamese got their mates up there, and they shot them all down.
Yeah. And a lot of that was due to, that was a transitional coming out of, they came out of World War II with just, the prop job fighters, P-51s, and the I don't know what the 63s, all the different types, the P-47s, and all of those. And they transitioned in the jets. They started out with the F-100, F-105s, F-104s, and those pilots had, after Korea, those pilots had that period of time where they weren't really working the. They weren't doing the practicing. They weren't flying, brushing their skills up. They were just going through their training and going out. That's also when, that was during that time period or after that time period, Top Gun came about and the Air Force started their tactical operations, and after that, because they got it handed to them. Yeah, I actually learned. First learned to load the F4s. That's what we practiced on, was the F4s, the Phantoms, and then we went to the A7Ds. A7 A's, B's, and C's were the Navy. The A7Ds were the Air Force. They were the same, and their nickname was SLUF, SLUF. You know what that stood for? Short, little, ugly fuckers. Because to me, they always looked like a pregnant guppy. They were the ugliest. Mm-hmm. Yep. You know, they do. You look at the line of them, and
they had delta wing with the high T-tail, and they had that hump on the back. As a matter of fact, I think John McCain flew those.
Yeah, he probably did.
Yep, I think that was the plane he got shot down in.
Then after, and of course, that's what I started. That's when I got to my permanent base. That's what I started loading, was the A7s. They had the 20 millimeter. Was it 6-barrel or 20 millimeter Gatling, and this is what they had right there. That's the 20 millimeter. Nice. Now, then we transitioned into the A10s. Okay, the A10s went to a 30 millimeter. Just to give you an idea, you look at this projectile and look at the size. Yeah. Now you double that in height, and that's how about this much. Well, let's do it this way.
1.5.
This much longer. Yeah. That's how long the shell casing was for that 30 millimeter. Then the projectile, because I could drop these right into a 30 millimeter casing. So this is technically 30 millimeters, and that was projectile, and the projectiles were, they were about this long, and when we first got these, we not these. This is like I said, a 20 millimeter from the F4s, the A7s, and all those, but the 30 millimeters we had to hand put them into a conveyor and run them up into it, and of course, a lot of the rounds we were loading were high explosive incendiaries, which meant they had spent uranium. They had spent uranium in them, and that's why they figured I got MS, because I was exposed to the uranium. Either that or spent a lot of time in Nevada too.
It's much more dense than lead. And that's why they made great projectiles.
Yeah. But anyways, that's a little bit of my military history, and
we got Mudball and
Eric Lipinski. Wow, it must be a slow night everywhere else.
Yeah, must be.
Must be, because I feel honored. We got Matt North, so just mentioning his name will get me a bump right there. I don't even have to have him on. Just mentioning his name is a Matt bump. Yeah, it's definitely worth a bump. So, but USA drone flyer Captain Joe America.
Yep. And,
so. But so Art, what's been going on with you? How's work doing? How are you liking your job?
It's going good. The hip feels really good today. Might not need to take the meds anymore.
So, that would be good.
Yep.
I was going to say, what is it? Good drugs, or so if it's just,
it was prednisone and aspirin. That's what I've been taking, and then I have that tramadol for just before bed.
Tramadol I take every night before bed, because I take 2 of them. Because I take so much meds that if anybody heard me mention it, I think it was in one of my videos, either the one today or last week, where I said I was still waiting on my drugs came in from the VA, so hopefully my face won't be as red next week and my blood pressure will go down. Because let me tell you, I screwed
TJ.
up. Yeah. TJ, all right. Yep. Wow. We have got some really, I just noticed something, and I need to correct that right now. Let me figure that out.
We need some Smurfs out there.
I do, yes.
Andrew
I
and Dustin.
Yes, Andrew.
Smurfs.
Yeah, Andrew and Dustin definitely. Let's see, because I'm sitting there going, wait a minute, and let's see who else. Okay. Da 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 da. Probably get a copyright strike for that, you know. That's just it'd be my luck, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, and I posted today a classic Thanksgiving video on my Facebook.
You did what?
The classic TV sitcom segment, you know.
Oh, okay, okay.
And it has to do with Thanksgiving and turkeys.
Oh, okay. And Matt, you have a good one. Be safe driving out there. Don't get in too much trouble.
Take care, Matt. Good to see you. That was the turkey drop.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Your namesake. Yeah. The station manager or station owner.
God is my witness. I thought turkeys could fly.
Yeah. I thought, let's see. Did I not make Matt? I hope I didn't.
You can do it later.
You know what I think I did? I think I might have timed him out. Oops, my bad. So, all right. And who else was it? Let's see, Dustin.
That's right, Mike B. It's WKRP. Yep.
WKRP Cincinnati.
And God bless America as well.
Yeah. What happened is I didn't scroll down far enough. And,
you can get Dustin's another one.
I've already added him 3 times. What in the hell?
Yeah, it takes a while for it to congeal.
It does. Dustin finally got it. And I know who else.
Eric. Did you do Eric?
I have not done Eric. There we go. And did I do him?
And God bless America, no. Ronnie.
I got him. Got him.
I think is that Ronnie?
Yeah, Ronnie.
That's
Ronnie. Let's see. Nope. Gotta make sure I don't accidentally. Oh, crap!
Don't accidentally time.
You timed him out?
Yeah. No, not yet.
Not yet.
If I do, it's by accident, guys. If I do, it's strictly by accident.
Yeah, you got Ronnie. Yep, he's done.
Yeah. All right. All right. We'll just keep going, and if I see somebody else that I haven't got,
yeah, I think we've got everybody.
I think I got everybody.
Yep.
Let me double check to make sure.
Yeah,
I got
just
him
ask
too.
people to keep typing, and we'll work it out.
Yeah. Keep typing.
Yeah.
I used to not give everybody, you know, it's a double-edged sword, but all of the people that are there now, what the hell am I doing?
They've been vetted.
Well, yeah, I've seen them in other chats. They've been on here as a regular basis, you know. And there are some people who will probably there's somebody speaking of the dev. Tim Jackson is. Yeah, I don't know why he's not blue. He's been around for a while. I just did so.
Seal of approval.
All right, yeah. Thunderbird 6, pick me.
Wrong show.
Yeah, I just smurfed him. So Tim Jackson says hi again. He's smurfed, but yeah, you know, it helps when we know new people, and this way because I've been on some channels where I'm a moderator, and let me tell you, you're the only moderator that seems to show up that night. Well, you know, you're working harder than a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest. I'm telling you. Captain Ray Kelly, welcome.
Yeah.
Like I said, guys, it must be a slow night in YouTube.
Yep. Well, plus I just posted a new video tonight. of the police auction Mavic Air 2.
Yes, I haven't got to go see that yet. I didn't take time to
Dom
see that
has
because
seen it. What did you think, Dom?
Which one? The police auction?
Yep.
Yeah, as I think I stated on the comments that you need a better color on there. You need to get rid of
Well,
that.
because I like the background that it had,
one?
and it's a police auction, and police wear blue.
Oh, okay. Well, then
I just
put
got him,
blue.
Dustin.
Yeah. But
If they
the
put
lettering
colour
was
thrown
like
personally,
lighter colors.
my comment
Normally,
there.
I like yellow and red.
You got one of those
But-
colours, right?
So, anyway, and I put the little police car in there, and yep, and a picture of me holding the drone with the really crappy skin on it. Yep.
Oh, Ray Kelly just got through with his show. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I always miss Ray Kelly's show because I'm usually getting ready for this one, and that's that's my bad. You know, so
or I'm eating dinner. Yeah.
Or yeah. Well, in my case, I'm usually running to the store like just before the show started because Judy, I told her we didn't have enough time for dinner. She says, "Well, then I'm going to go out and get me something." Well, I don't want you going out to get something because then I have to leave the show because you friggin' fell again. So she says, "Go fix me some garlic toast." I said, "All right." So I was doing that as the timer was running and trying to get that all get set down in here. So yeah, but. Yeah, I'm planning on trying to this year, this new season, season 6. I'm going to try and keep up with my vlogs. I will always try to put at least 3 up. I really hope I can put up 5, but 3 is I can pretty well guarantee I'll get 3 of them done. Sometimes I just forget. I just plain forget. Like, oh shit, I forgot. That's why I started having them go live at 6 in the morning now because I'm usually up till 2 or 3, so I can work on a video in the middle of the night and then have it post. Whereas before, I had it set to go at midnight Central Standard Time, or Central Daylight Time, and that was always a crush for me to get that done. I had really 2 hours once I started winding down to get that done and get it out, and invariably that's when you run into problems, and so. Doing it 6 o'clock on the day that 6 o'clock in the morning gives me a lot more time to work with it, and plus Judy's doing pretty good now, where I don't have to have her monitored. I check that when I'm driving around. When I stop recording in my van, I click over to check the monitor to see how she's doing. If she's doing fine, then I'll go back and record another segment, depending on how much driving I got to do. And, it's just me talking about life, it's boring as hell, but that's my life, keeps me off the streets. But,
now we
anyway,
know where the smoke shop is, though.
Yes, yeah. And unfortunately, the smoke shop that had all the good looking girls in the first half of the first couple of seasons, that place got too damned expensive. They're like almost $10 a carton more. And they don't, and none of the pretty girls come to the window anymore. So, I'm not paying $10 without the eye candy. I just saw somebody else. There we go. What was it you said? Brother-in-law went to meet up. Yeah,
I've seen him before.
Yeah, brother-in-law went to. I know. Yeah, I've actually talked with him on Greg's show, and but yeah, he's talking about he went to meet up with his old surfer mates. His brother-in-law did, and all they did was talk about hip and knee replacement. That's what happens when you get old,
Yep.
And but yeah. So anyway, that's what I'm hoping to do with this season: get more of my vlogging back in, and maybe start showing a little more. I want to go down. What I want to do is, if it gets warm enough that I can run out there with the Avata, I want to go down to the area it's called the Depot District, and it's where the old Katy Depot used to have their station at, and what they've done is they're the reason we have shitty streets is because they spend all the money down there, because that's where the Oklahoma State Music Music Hall of Fame, the Oklahoma Music Hall of Fame is there, and they always induct somebody, and they usually do a concert right after that, and that's also where the little theater is. That's also where the Katy Railroad Museum is at, and they've just turned this into sort of like a arts festival area. And matter of fact, what is the Katy Depot Museum and Oklahoma Music Hall of Fame was originally, when I moved here 41 years ago, almost 42 years now, it was the Sears repair warehouse. In other words, you bought a lawnmower at Sears and it had to be repaired. They took it down there to the old station there, and that's where or you could go down there to pick up parts to fix your own stuff. That was their parts warehouse and stuff. But then that all shut down, and they turned it into a museum. They took the money from our beloved hospital. Instead of fixing our friggin' streets, they turned it into a museum. I keep trying to explain to these politicians, listen, it's okay to have a great place for tourism, but nobody wants to go to the damn place because the roads are like, you have to drive a rock crawler to get to these damn places. It's like, you guys have seen my videos when I'm bouncing up and so, and you can't hear me because my
so enthralled with the show.
I can tell he's just really having. Yeah, he must be texting with somebody. Texting with somebody.
Just him pecking away. What he could do it one-handed.
Yeah, he's talented. Well, at least we know he's not falling asleep.
Yeah.
So, how's things down there with you, Dominic? How's the weather and stuff? Is it pretty nippy still?
Sorry, it's pretty loud around here, and I can hardly hear. That's why.
Oh, okay.
I'm looking at that on my iPad.
Okay, all right. So
I muted it occasionally just so you don't hear the background sound.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, you are awake. At least we were checking. It's gonna.
Yeah.
Have to text.
As I said, I've got an iPad here just to check on the chat.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So that's what you're doing. So.
Yeah. Because I was just looking there, and I actually looked at Yowie P51's channel, and noticed they're also in Australia. They're in New South Wales.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
it's good to see more Australians in here.
Yeah, I've believe it or not, I got quite a following of Australians. And a lot of that's just because of my exposure on Greg's show. More than
that's
anything.
Why.
And so, but yeah, and like I said, I have friends, Grant, Mr. Stay Drunk. He and I have been friends for probably 22 years now, going on almost 23. Yeah. I know it's 22, right? Let's see. This is 22, so holy crap, it's 23 years, because I'm right at 23 years I've known him. So, and Grant, I apologize, I did not get on TeamSpeak and talk with you this week, so Judy's been giving me an earful of that, so. But,
Yep, correct. It's Andrew's comment. It's is it usually this cold in Australia about now? Not really, no. We've got Max there in the chat. You can give him.
Just did it. Welcome, Max.
Yeah, give him a wrench.
Yeah, Max Air. So.
Oh, he didn't get my
YouTube royalty.
Get Smart reference last night.
Oh, he didn't?
No. I said, missed it by much.
Yeah, he's obviously these young kids.
These kids nowadays,
These young kids don't,
they don't really understand.
Know all this.
Yeah, it's like I was watching. It might have been on Uncle Bill's show last night because they were talking about music or something they listened to in the 80s. Yeah, it was music they listened to in the 80s, and I'm thinking, geez, that's not music. You got to go back to the 60s and early 70s to find good music. And it's like, that's the stuff my children listen to.
Yeah.
They're like,
you guys remember The Association?
Yes, I do.
I might be a bit young for that one.
Yeah. When was the association? They were like
They were in the 60s, late
60s,
late
late 60s, early 70s. That's what I was thinking.
And
Yeah.
I was born in
they've been on the
1968.
Smothers
To
Brothers
give you an
quite a bit.
idea.
The
May
association now.
1968.
Yeah. Who did? What was one of their songs? I think I know what was one of their famous songs.
Oh, I think it was Wendy. Do 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 do.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
copyright
Yeah.
strike.
Who cares? I'm not monetized anyways. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
That's the reason I mean, the fact that I'll never hit 1,000, is, 6 years or 5 years of this and I still ain't close to 1,000.
Yeah,
So, but,
yeah. Well, now,
but I really don't care one way or the other.
Bump now. So
Yeah, I'll get a Matt
you'll
bump
hit
just because he was in
1,000
here.
now
Yeah.
because of the Matt bump.
Yeah. But, Dustin said he heard the association on cassette. Yeah. Well, hey,
What's a cassette?
yeah, exactly.
Because that band's been popping up on my YouTube feed.
Oh, has it?
lately. That
Yeah.
and Leslie West. What band did he play in?
Oh, I don't know.
Mountain.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He's a big guy. I saw one of, when Mountain was when Mississippi Queen was a big hit.
Right,
And he
right.
played that, what was it? Oh, a Gibson Melody Maker.
So does that make so that when Mountain wasn't that big, he was just a molehill, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Oh, and what's sad is the latest video I saw of him. He's in an electric wheelchair now, and he's still a big guy. And it's like he must have been over
Maddie's
300
Drone World.
pounds when he made it big.
Yeah, and that's probably why he's in the electric. That's probably why he's in electric
Yeah.
wheelchair. Because
Well,
if
and
you're
then
big
I saw another video. This was like 20 years ago or so. It looked like he lost a lot of weight and he was looking really good. And then the latest one was like 3 years ago, and he's in an electric wheelchair and he's still playing Mississippi Queen. You know what I mean?
well, it was like Meatloaf had been doing a lot of YouTube videos and doing stuff on YouTube, and I don't know if any of you guys saw it. It was a few days before he left. He'd been having a lot of problems, and my phone was. I have a notification on here for one of the people I follow on eBay because they sell stuff that I like, and it's a friggin' train whistle. I'm thinking, where the hell is that train whistle coming from? And then I look down as my. Oh, okay, all right. So, reel to reel, yeah, that was back when I was in the service. People go to Japan, and they'd pick up, Yamaha or Akai or Sony reel to reel stuff, and we had a sergeant. He was up. I ended up in his room, but I finally made it to the point where it was he was in the third floor of the barracks, and he was the ranking NCO in the building, so he got a single room to himself, and but these guys would get to playing that heavy metal funk crap that was really and disco or something that was in the 70s is really loud. He'd go down knocking on the doors because he knew who he'd just go down through knocking on, turn it down. They wouldn't turn it down, so everybody knew the rules. Next thing you know, you'd hear bagpipes blaring, and he had these speakers that were like 5 foot tall, and he had a 6 speaker system, and they were like 4 of them were 5 foot tall, and he cranked that. The damn windows down on the bottom floor were going back and forth, Then all of a sudden you'd hear if you walk down the hallway, you'd hear as everybody shut it off, and he'd go back through to knock on the doors again if it was down, and he'd go back up the 3rd floor, and then he'd turn the stereo down, and that's how he took care of it. Oh my God, there's nothing worse than hearing bagpipes in the middle of the night, especially like with me, I worked the swing shift, so I was getting off at midnight, and I come walking in there and the damn bagpipes were blaring. I thought, okay, here we go again. So,
Well, Lloyd, you'll love the Philippines, where they play karaoke till 2 in the morning.
Yeah, yeah.
And you can't go over there and tell them to turn it down because they won't.
No.
Nope.
Yeah.
The whole different world. Yep.
Oh, wow. Did you see? With the cylinders.
Oh, Edison. Yeah. Those were, oh, God.
Gramophone. They weren't the gramophone. Yeah. Gramophones, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he has the Edison. Edison came out with one. The gramophone was the one done by Alexander Graham Bell.
Yeah.
Okay. Off it. And Edison came off his was the cylinder type of, and I think they just called it the Edison. But yeah. Yeah, I don't sing karaoke. I did the closest version of it. Is we were doing Operation Red Flag in Davis Monthan, or at Nellis Air Force Base in Las Vegas. And
it's called a phonograph.
Phonograph, yeah, it is a phonograph. Yeah. Okay, and that's what he said. Edison phonograph. We were stationed out there. We were testing out a new pilot tracking system. And they needed weapons loaders to be out there because it had to be slid onto a AIM-9 missile rail. So, anyway, so at night we just go run the strip, and because we were off, and I went into it was when the Flamingo Helton, when it was down on the strip, downtown, and they had a live band playing, and I'd been drinking, and you guys would hear me singing in the shower or whatever, and a bunch of guys egged me on. I got up there. I can't remember the name of the band that was playing, but I got up there and did my version of karaoke. And of course, they had I had to tell them to drop it down a key because at that time my voice was a lot deeper than it is now, and I was hitting really low notes, and it's like, yeah. But I was drunk. I didn't remember it the next day. And thank God there weren't cell phones or camcorders back then, or they'd be blackmailing me with that. Because it was okay, but I was really drunk. So I'm not sure all the words came through properly, but that's back when I was in the service, and I used to imbibe of the spirits, to say the least. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I did pick up a hot girl that night. This was after my divorce too, by the way. So after my first divorce, so I had a good evening. Of course, she got up there and sang too, and she was as drunk as I was. I don't think anything came of it. I think we both fell asleep, or passed out. But that was younger days, and I don't do that kind of shit no more. Yeah. But if somebody really searched my channel, they might find a couple of videos of me singing. But you'd have to really dig for it. Yeah,
Bob Casey. Hey,
Bob Casey, welcome to the show. Let's see, the storm that went through here in Adelaide on the weekend with wild 2,000 plus assistant calls. Power out 6,000 plus. Wow, 60,000 homes. Still out to 2,000. Yeah, I'm just glad that we're not getting any more snow than what we are right now. But because I haven't gone out and made sure
we're supposed to get snow Thursday night, which is great because that's Friday is laundry night. That's where I take my laundry out to my car, and then after work I drop it off at my sister's house.
Oh.
So I hate it when it snows on Thursday.
Yeah. Well, my kids, my son and my first daughter-in-law.
Yeah.
Oh, Mika Steve. Another Aussie. Wow.
You give him a blue range.
All right. I will do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you vouch for him, I'll give him one.
He's range worthy.
All right. Okay. Well, I got, like I said, I got a lot of Aussies that follow me, and I appreciate it, But what time? Oh, good Lord! Look how much time we've already. I'm not going to bother with a shameless plug. You guys can find the link in the descriptions if you guys want to go buy any merch. This is the original mug. I finally got it cleaned up and washed up, and it needs to be cleaned again. But I recommend if you get these mugs. I mean, the lids they put on them are really great, but they're a bitch to clean. And if you take the centerpiece off, you ended up breaking it. Just buy you a Yeti lid, on eBay. And they make another one that I thought I was getting the magnetic Yeti lids, because I got 2 of them for like $6. Yeah, they have clips, but they're still good lids. You just pop the clip and pop it out, and it's real easy to clean. So, but yeah, the lids that come on these are not what I consider good quality.
They got that rubber gasket, and
and then they have a kind of a channel in them that you got to get, and it's a pain in the ass to get it out of that channel. I've gone online to see how people have all sorts of recommendations. I did every one of them, and I broke every one of those friggin'. You end up breaking the tabs off, and then they don't. So just get you a Yeti lid, and I forgot what the other one is. It looks just like this, except this has 2 prongs that go down the inside. You just squeeze them together, and it pops out. So it's real easy to clean, and but don't. But as far as the cup goes, these are excellent. I mean, these.
Yep.
I
still have my Rodney Bell.
I do too. I just noticed them today. I need to wash it up.
Yeah.
Notice I said wash and not wash.
Mine too.
Yeah, well, mine's this one here. Getting kind of, I drink coffee in mine all the time. That's all I drink in it. So, it just kind of mellows. I just swish it under the sink real quick, dump it out, maybe pat it dry, maybe not. I just stick it back in the coffee maker and fire up another cup. And but yeah,
Mark R. White, good to see you.
Man. Hello, Mark, all the way from the UK.
Yeah, we've got many time zones here today.
Yeah, we're covering just. Yeah. We got the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere, and we've got the east and the west.
Yep.
So we're pretty well covering the time zones.
Yep, the US, the UK, Australia.
Yeah. Well, we got at least 2. We've got 3 members of the Commonwealth. We got Canada, the UK, and Australia.
Yep.
Yep. So, yeah, we cover the Commonwealth pretty good here. Yep. And
have you guys gotten the king on your money yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah. Hang on to those.
I don't know what a Yeti mug is.
Oh, what a Yeti mug?
Yeah, Andrew said, are you a fan of a Yeti mug? I don't know what Yeti mugs are.
This is a Yeti mug.
Okay, no worries then.
And this is and that's the lid. See, and this is it's magnetic. It's got a.
Wowzers.
It's got a magnet. Yeah, it's got a magnet in that, and so it's real. It clicks real. And then it's just easy. You just pop it off. And it's magnetic and just drops into place.
Right.
That's the one I recommend because they're the easiest to keep clean. They really are. And and they get a good tight seal on these. And these are 20-ounce mugs, so make sure you get the lid for the 20-ounce.
Yeah.
Because you get the lid for the 30. You get the if you got a 30-ounce and you drop a 20, it'll just drop to the bottom. Then you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but these are 20-ounce mugs. So, and but yeah, these are well constructed.
Yep.
And
probably made up the street here up at Ball.
Could be.
Yep.
And I'm hoping to get this design up there pretty soon too.
Oh, cool.
This is one I actually made. I actually made this at home here on my printer. Okay. Yeah. Actually, what I did, this one I have a one of those cutout things. Does the cutouts, and then I put it on the heat press and heat pressed it on there. These are heat press mugs, so Cricket. That's what it is. It's
I was just
cricket.
going to say, is that a cricket? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, cricket. Well, I think the one I've got is actually the scan and cut by Brothers, which I recommend. It's a lot. It has a lot more features, and but yeah. And I know a vinyl cutter. Thank you, Andrew. My mind just
Yeah, I
went
had
blank. A vinyl.
I had the vinyl cutter by Roland.
Oh, okay. Yeah, crickets. But I use a Cricut mug press to make these. You know.
I'm trying to work out where that sound was coming from.
I knew where it was coming from. Yeah. Yeah. See, right there, squirrel moment.
Yeah. Squirrel.
Yeah, Bob Casey, and he got one of the new ones because for whatever reason these didn't come up when I initially. So I went with a new design, or it was when I can't remember. So he's got one where the Grumpy Vlogger part covers the whole thing and comes about halfway around. You know, it comes almost to the seam. And that's the one I usually have, but it's needing to be washed. And unfortunately, these really should be hand washed, not run through the dishwasher. Stainless steel does not. Stainless steel. What are these? Aluminum? Yeah, aluminum. They don't react
Aluminium.
well. Aluminium, yes. Aluminium for those. Aluminium for anybody but the U.S. The rest of us, the Yanks call it aluminum, which I know
I always laugh at that.
Yeah,
but we like our methane.
Yeah, but Dominic, did you know that both aluminum and aluminium are both the correct pronunciations for that?
I know that. Yeah, yeah.
And they're both, and it's on the periodical charts as both aluminum and aluminium.
Yeah, yeah. I just like having a bit of fun occasionally.
Oh, I know. It's half the time I'll say aluminium without even thinking because I talk to so many Aussies, you know, and I'll just call it, you know. And I've even found myself using methane all the time instead of methane. You know?
Methane.
Yeah.
Oh, how about
as we say down here, I'm taking the piss.
Yeah. I know exactly. Yeah.
Or how about patent?
Oh, patent.
Patents.
Yeah. Patents. Yeah. Yeah. First time I heard Peyton leather shoes, I thought, what the hell?
Played for the Broncos.
Yes, he did. Yeah. First time I heard Peyton leather shoes, I thought, what the hell? Oh, patent leather shoes. You know. Yeah. There's a few enunciation or pronunciation differences between.
Yeah.
We all speak English, but sometimes and I'm real bad, and I and it's a local thing, but I'll say I'm washing my clothes. WOR, and it's washing, and I really have to practice, and I have to really work at saying wash because wash is the way I've said it all my life. You know.
Lloyd,
we're using the R's that the Aussies aren't.
Yeah. You can have our R's because we say
Lloyd,
car.
you gotta hang around with Southeast Asian women. Barely.
We've been down this road before.
Oh God! Like, well, one of my former coworkers, got a job where I work. Called me today and she said, "Where do I go to get the drunk test?" Drunk? Oh, drug test. Okay, because she's got and what was it? Email.
Okay, yeah. Well, Dominic was he pointed this out. Well, actually, it was my sister used to always give me crap about it, but I am in certain parts of Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Texas. You know, people of Dominic's heredity, I would call Italian. My sister says, "What part of Italy are they from?" I said, "I don't know, the southern part." She used to give me crap about that because I picked it up. You know, I was raised in Colorado, but my dad was born in Arkansas and lived there until he was a young man, and then ended up living in Arkansas or in Oklahoma. He left Arkansas, moved to New Mexico, and then back up to which the part of New Mexico is at was right on the Texas border, and then back up to Oklahoma. So I picked up a lot of my language oddities from him. So I'm speaking this Coloradan and this Okie, Arkansas combination, and so my language is all screwed up, But yeah, and the look. I said something about Italian one time. It's just 3 weeks ago, and Dominic's look on his face was. I realized, oh, sorry, Italian. Yeah.
I think we could go on for the next hour about different pronunciations here.
Yeah. We pretty well beat that dead horse, haven't we? So.
Yeah. And DJI has a drone we call the Spark. And you guys call it the Spock.
You sound like you're saying spork.
Spock.
Yeah. Now, you want to hear somebody that... Try listening to a Kiwi accent.
Oh.
Those people threw out...
Bruce Simpson.
Simpson's
a Kiwi, and even I'm having trouble understanding him.
That's because they don't understand. They completely screwed up their vowels. I think they left a couple out and just they left a couple out and
fish and chips. Yeah, fish and chips.
Yeah.
Fish and chips. Oh.
Yeah, and the other thing is they don't have milk bars; they have dairies.
Dairies.
Oh.
Okay.
And when you go to the airport, what do you call the thing you carry at the airport?
Luggage?
Yeah, no, the
suitcase. Trolley, right? Trolley. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they call them a trundler.
Okay.
A trundler.
Trundler.
TRNUDLER. Trundler.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, the Kiwis have the first time I heard. We had a gal when we were playing World of Warcraft, or one of the it might have been Call of Duty, and she came in and she was from New Zealand, and she was talking about watching out for our six. I think we were playing Call of watching out for our sex. Huh? What?
Yeah.
The hell did you say?
Yeah, it's the number between 5 and 7.
Yeah, the number between 5 and 7 is sex.
Yeah.
I'm going, oh my God. And then we had another guy that lived it.
The other thing is, when you go out on a deck, never ask them to say the word deck, because you know what it sounds like.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and what's that building you call to put all your lawn implements in?
Oh,
A
the
shed.
garage.
We call it a shed.
Yeah, they call it a shit. Yeah. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Listen to Ice Spike. He'd say, "I'm out in the shit."
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Mark points out that New Zealanders do sound an awful lot like Afrikaner, South African.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they've got a lot of Dutch influence.
Yeah.
In South Africa. Yeah, because
if you wanna see the most fascinating thing, try and find cricket where New Zealand plays South Africa. It is fascinating, and if there's a commentator from South Africa and a commentator from New Zealand, you will have trouble understanding what they say.
Right.
It is fascinating.
We had a pharmacist that she was at one of the pharmacies we went to quite a few years ago, and she come in. She said something to me. I looked down. I said, "Well, first off, that's not an American accent. Second off, that's got to be a South African accent." She looked at me. "Well, how did you know?" I said, "Because I've listened to enough of, I listen to accents, especially the Euro English accents, and the Commonwealth accents."
And as we call them down here, we call them Saffies.
Southies?
Saffy. S-A-F-F-Y. We call them the Saffies.
Saffies, okay. All right.
Now, there's
Aussie spell words with an R, but it never pronounced them right. Yeah. For instance, wanker ends with an R, if you went by the way they said, it's a wanka.
Wanka.
Yeah, you've got to take the R off
wanka.
that and call it a wanker.
Yeah.
Without
Yeah.
the R on
Yeah.
it.
Hardest thing for, and this is, we're doing the language portion of the show right now to finish out this show because it's soon, it's already gone past. Don't forget, you can check out Ron Brown and Drone Nation, who is currently on right now.
Right.
But one
That's
last
where
thing.
everybody's going.
That's where everybody's going,
We're
yeah.
down to 13.
Okay, well, I'm going to finish this out with the first thing I really had trouble understanding, and I'd been talking with Grant for quite a while, but I gotten pissed off about something. One of the guys that was with our group, and I just come in there with a total tirade. He says, "Well, you spit the dummy, toss the teddy, and prang the pram."
Yep.
And like, huh? Man, of course, yeah. Spit the dummy, toss the teddy, prang the pram. What the hell are you saying? Repeat that. Then it took me months before I understood that, and then I had to ask him, well, what the hell does that mean? And he explained to me what it means. For Yanks, the dummy is the pacifier. Toss the teddy means you threw your teddy out of your crib or whatever, and to prang the pram, prang means to wreck, and a pram is of course a stroller.
Stroller.
Stroller. Yeah. So, hello, Susan. You got here just in time because we're just about to finish up the show.
You can give her a wrench.
Yeah, I will do that.
Time to give her a wrench.
Yeah,
and don't time her out.
No, I made sure she's now a moderator.
Okay.
For anybody that I might have timed out. Oh, yeah. Okay, she's been here for a few minutes. I just now noticed it. And you know what the word dunny means? Yeah, dunny is a
Dunny.
it's a crapper.
Yeah.
Thomas
Crapper.
It's a John. It's a head.
Yeah.
I went through. Actually, Grant sent me a video that tells the history of the dunny.
Yeah.
And it's like a 30-minute long or an hour long history about the toilet. And I watched the whole damn thing. I got to think about the fascination, of where they, the reason a head is called a head in the Navy is because they usually put it up to the head of the boat, down below. That way, I don't know why they put it up there, but that's where it was usually at the head of the ship, the sailing ship. So, anyways, with that final word about
and on that
dunnies
and on that bombshell.
Yeah, and on that bombshell, it's time to.
Well, we know what we can talk about next week then.
Yes, yeah.
We can trade language.
Yes, there we go. And so it's time to play sheep herder and get the flock out of here. So you guys, you guys have a good one. Thanks everybody who watched. Great start to my 6th season. Look for videos coming up. Art, what do you got going with you this week?
Hopefully I have some more videos out. Got the show on Saturday. Got a new batch of Instruments Almond Coffee
Coffee
to give away. And so come on down to the show. We had a great group Saturday night. We got a new record, 51 people.
Yeah, it was because you had Jeff Sills on.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah. To watch him.
Watch Jeff, yeah. So, all right. Well, anyways, and Dominic, we'll see you in one of the streams somewhere.
Yeah.
And will you be doing one this Thursday?
I might. We'll see how we go. I'll see if I can rustle up a few guests, and if not, I'll do it by myself. But I'll find.
Okay. All right.
I might, send a few messages around and see if I can find a guest.
Okay. All right. Well, with that said and done, guys, remember what I say: be kind, treat each other better than you treat yourselves. Remember, everybody matters, even old goats like us. God bless. God help the USA because we need it. Yeah. And I'm out of here, folks. I'm the Grumpy Blogger. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.